Welcome to the Stargate Astrology series, bringing you your constellation connections. Hello, you dazzling skywatchers and stargazers of the internet. Stargate opportunities begin this week with a star magic portal opening up in the star Pi Sagittarii when a waning half moon or a last quarter vortex in Sagittarius on March 15th provides a pathway through this particular star path. Okay, now you'll be able to use this Stargate to gain the help of the star magic angel of this star to bestow to you the ability to acquire profitable rewards. Also, you're going to be able to acquire profits from harvesting the cream of the crop off the top of lucrative investments, okay? Reaping the crops or selling of herds also. In addition to benefiting from going on journeys or expeditions, voyages, that kind of thing. Now, beware, though, that nefarious necromancers occasionally use this Stargate to cause separation and malevolence in the relationships of their enemies. Okay, understand that. Therefore, we shall teach you how to avoid this and instead, advance and help your dealings with important people in your life. Very important. Through revealing to you this ancient secret knowledge of the Magi, we are enabling you to access powerful Stargate frequencies once only available to the pre-scientists of Atlantis. Now, we're going to be providing to you the names of the Stargate pointer stars, the names of the angels that you're going to need to supplicate. Also, of the accessible constellations, again, the pointer stars opening up this week in addition to the pertinent star magic lords as well as the angels. Also, we're going to talk to you about the images or the icons, which you can use as magical talismans to gain more wealth, more power, and greater health and greater fitness for yourself and those that you care about. These images and methods are the true secrets of the ancient astrologists, the creators of advertisements, movies, television shows, plays, paintings, and social media, used to conjure responses from audiences. There's a method to the madness. You need to understand that. It's not random. We want to empower you and show you how you can draw upon these images to your very great benefit. And now, here are your weekly Stargate names, bringing to you many opportunities to improve your life, as well as star magic angels and lords, which are the powerful guardians of each Stargate, and lunar mansion pathways to access each Stargate from the 15th to the 20th of March 2023. First, mansions of the moon signs pathways to each Stargate and star magic opportunity. Waning half moon in Sagittarius happens at 2:09 a.m. on March 15th. We have a waning crescent moon from the March 16th to the 20th with Luna transiting through Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. We're using tropical astrology. We're also using universal time coordinated. Use receptive imaginings, pictures, films, advertising, or magic during a waning half or crescent moon. This is when you will notice that you will be passively receiving the events that occur in your life rather than actively causing the events to occur to you. Okay? So rather than actively projecting the energy and rather than actively projecting the events during a waning moon, you receive the events. Okay, so that's the way it works. Now, this is a purposefully prepared, tranquil, or receptive consciousness where you will receive icons, pictures, sigils, sounds, or recordings with the intention of absorbing these pre-made magical talismans which you created when Luna was in an increasing moonlight phase. So again, you have to be able to go ahead and use the magic for yourself, okay? Because really the strongest power you have is the magic you create for yourself. It's like reprogramming your software, okay, in your own computer. Now, of course, this can be done to other people, but you have to do it in such a way that you have large audiences and you're projecting these images to the audiences during a waxing moon, and then they will receive it during a receptive moon or a waning moon, okay? Understand that. And you have to be able to hold your audiences and get them to watch things at specific times, and you have to do it ahead of time, okay? So that's what we're teaching you how to do. You can do it for audiences or for your own good. It's really your kuleana. It's up to you. Here now are your daily Stargate Mansion, Lunar Mansion, and Magic of the Moon Star Magic Pathways, including the angels and the Lord's astrology guidance, again from the 15th to the 20th March. First, March 15th, waning half moon happening at 0209 hours. That's 2:09 a.m. in Lunar Mansion number 21, spanning from the mid portion to the end of Sagittarius the Archer, occurring almost 10 hours before a waning crescent moon moves into Lunar Mansion number 22, spanning from the beginning to the early mid portion of Capricorn the Goat, and that's a 12:05 p.m. or 12:05 hours. So again, the waning half moon happens at 2:09 a.m. okay, and Mansion number 2 happens at 12:05 p.m. okay. So that we're going to give you both of these scenarios, because the first one happens in the 21st mansion, the second one in the 22nd mansion. Okay, so you need to understand that we're going to give you both so you can have access to both magics. Firstly, on March 15, Sagittarius, waning half moon in Lunar Mansion number 21 at 0209 hours. The star is Pi. Sagittarii is a stargate we access for star magic opportunities. When Moon activates this Lunar Mansion, it's profitable for reaping of crops or herds, going on journeys, awful for relationships. It causes separation and malevolence. Beware the picture or statue of a man with two faces, one looking to the right and one looking to the left, for this icon causes the annihilation of someone chosen by the magician. From the desert of Sagittarius, that's Sagittarius the Archer, it's the desert though of Sagittarius, with Lunar Angel Bethuel and Lord Bektu. This is used it's used in Hollywood as like Janus films, yeah? But it's not always bad, because the Roman god Janus is really just the Roman god of doorways and gateways to the past and the present, okay? It's a time gateway, a time portal. We have stargates, but there are also time portals. This is one of them. So this one's very powerful because it adds the time and the space dimension and the star for it, okay? So understand that's very important. Now, secondly, on March 15th, we have a Capricorn waning crescent moon in Lunar Mansion number 22 at 12:05 hours. The stars Getty, Prima, and Dobby are the stargates we access for star magic opportunities when Luna activates this Lunar Mansion. It's favorable for captives to run away, thereby escaping imprisonment, being the mansion of the scapegoat, okay? If you are a jailer that has runaway prisoners, use pictures or icons of a man wearing wings upon his feet and a helmet atop his head to recapture and again incarcerate escapees that have broken out of their captivity, similar to the figure of the Roman god Mercury. On the other hand, if you are a captive and want to escape your detainment center, then subsequently find security elsewhere, all the while you find security in other places, you can all the while stop people also from speaking evil of you, okay? Then use the symbol of the mercurial god's image to do these things for you and ask the Lord of this mansion to do so. From the shepherd in the sign of Capricorn the Goat with Lunar Angel Jeliel and Lord Gael. Whenever the word gay is mentioned in a movie, okay, no matter how it's used, whether it's used like in the old days, somebody's gay, they're happy, or in more modern time to say somebody's gay, that means they're homosexual. Actually, it's actually just the invocation of this Lord Gael or the Lunar Angel Geliel, because this angel brings back those that have gone missing or those that have run away, okay? Understand that. Like the advertisement for the flowers with the Roman god Mercury for Mother's Day flowers, okay? They say the word gay, you're gay for whatever, you're happy, you're gay, whatever, homosexual. They say that because They're trying to get you to go back. They would say, come home, call your mother, go back to the church, go back to this way of thinking, or go back to that political party. And they use this gay stuff, which may or may not have anything to do with homosexuality, in order to make you feel like you need to go home, like to trap you in some way or make you feel guilty in some way. Okay? Understand that. It's an angel. It's a Lord. It's the Roman god Mercury. It's used in the movie Clash of the Titans. Okay? It's used in the movie Clash of the Titans. They take a whole section. You're going to see this whole section. They take it and they use a whole section. Mansion 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. They put it in the movie Clash of the Titans. You watch it. Bada bing, bada boom, right down the line. They use images from these. Okay? And we're going to point them out for you. This was also, you can think about it in the, regarding the scapegoat. It was when you have twin scapegoats. One is the scapegoat that is going to be allowed to escape, but sort of gets pushed into the wilderness. And the other one is sacrificed to the god. Okay? This was used in the movie Rope. Okay? Alfred Hitchcock's Rope. When they had a guy, the two characters, they had one that was named Kenneth, that was the scapegoat that got away and ended up being married, sort of married off to the woman Janet, and the one that was killed to the god, Janet, because the woman, he was going to marry her. But these two gay men killed the one that was going to marry Janet, and he looked very much like the one, his name was David. The one that was killed was named David. Okay? He was considered pure enough to kill. Okay? So he was killed, murdered, sort of to the god or the goddess Janet, and sort of a blood offering. Okay? And because he was killed, he was murdered. But then the people that killed him, the two guys that killed him, made sure that Janet ended up going with Kenneth, his twin goats, the double portion, and he was sort of sent off into the wilderness to get married to his wife. You know, which one it's up to you if you want to consider which one had a better or worse life. Okay, but that's how it's used. It's used a lot. Okay. Whenever you see something that's twins and something happens to one twin and something else happens to another twin, that is what's being used here. It might have been used in multiplicity in the TV series Orphan Black. Okay? They're clones. Some are killed, some make it, some do better than others, but they're more like sheep than goats. And they're lambs to the slaughter. Okay? This kind of thing. But understand that when there's a blood sacrifice, there's money to be made. Butchers make money. Surgeons make money. Warriors make money. And people that give birth make money because you're dealing with blood. Whenever you deal with blood, you make money. Okay? Like for a while, I worked as a surgical nurse. I worked as a nurse, but for a little while, I worked as a surgical nurse. And I dealt with a lot of blood, and there was a lot of money made, and they're very secure jobs. That's why those professions make money, okay? Always. It's a blood sacrifice. There's always a blood sacrifice, and then there's money to be made, and it's always the blood of an innocent, okay? Always the blood of an innocent or somebody innocent and pure. Okay, now, March 16th, we have a Capricorn waning crescent moon in lunar mansion number 23 at 09:55 hours. The star Al-Bali is the stargate we access for star magic opportunities when Luna activates this lunar mansion. When Luna is yet in Capricorn, receive healings of any ailments, freedom from confinement, or separation from a coupling gone sour. Beware the picture or icon of a feline animal or a cat having the head of a canine beast or a dog, for it causes the devastation and atrophy, okay, of that what observes it. Indeed, the Lord of this mansion will respond to a request to plunder, pillage, ravage, and exterminate the population of a specific location when the figure of a cat sporting a dog's head is used by the sorcerers or sorcerer. From the lucky one, that is the swallower in the constellation of Capricorn the goat, with lunar angel Requiel and Lord Zekubin. Then moving on to March 17th, we have a Capricorn waning crescent moon to Aquarius moon in lunar mansion number 24. And this is at 0720 hours. The star Saddle Suud is a stargate we access for star magic opportunities when Luna activates this lunar mansion. When Luna is voyaging from the tail of Capricorn to the shoulder of Aquarius, married couples and military personnel will have good fortune and privilege, while the execution of governments and their policies will be blocked from moving forward. Okay? Use the picture or figure of a man, use a human picture or the human figure of a human mother, okay, breastfeeding her baby for humans, okay? For this causes the swelling, the growth, and the fruitfulness of your flocks, your herds, groups, and organizations. Ask the Lord of this mansion to increase your flock while using this image of the woman suckling her infant, and he will help you. Okay? Ancients used to cut off one of the horns of a male sheep that had been neutered, and after washing it, use this horn to create the icon of a woman suckling her baby in her arms. Okay? They would etch it in there, or burn it in there, or etch it into the horn. The image of a woman suckling her infant. Okay? Like the goddess Semiramis suckling Tammuz. Okay? Or the goddess Isis suckling her son Horus, okay? Or the goddess Mary suckling her son Jesus, okay? It's all the same thing, all the same thing. And again, in reality, this is the story of using an emasculated man such as Jesus the Nazarene, who is without wife or children. He's not fertile, okay? He's not able to bear children. He was said to be sacrificed so that the image of his mother breastfeeding him when he was an infant could be worn around the neck of groups of his followers, okay? This image will then swell and multiply the church's flock because you hang it around the neck of someone who is fertile, okay? And that swells your herd. From the star of fortune in the constellation of Capricorn the goat, from the tail of the goat to the shoulder of Aquarius with lunar angel Abrinael and Lord Abrin. On March 18th, we have an Aquarius waning crescent moon in lunar mansion number 25 at 0426 hours. The stars Sadalachiba, it's Sadal Achiba, Sadalachiba, and Sadalamelech are the stargates we access for star magic opportunities when Luna activates this lunar mansion. Now, protect and guard any crops and also any orchards that you wish to protect from evil, okay? Or which you wish to guard from trouble by calling upon the angel of this mansion, known by the name Aziel, to help you safeguard your properties, and also to help you also safeguard your produce, okay? Or those things which you produce. Protect and guard any crops and orchards you wish to protect from evil or trouble by calling upon the angel of this mansion. Remember that there are often a lot of people that are Christians, okay? And these Christians, I got my hair is in my eye. I can't get it out of my eye. Anyway, excuse me. There's a lot of Christians or people of the Abrahamic faith that want to burn down the witches' groves, okay, and orchards. Why? Because they don't want people eating fruit. They sell slaughtered sheep and slaughtered oxen. They sell meat, okay? And they want to have you, they don't want you to buy dairy. They don't want you to buy wheat. They want you to not have any dairy, not have any plant or fruit. They want you to just have a desert where you slaughter animals and drink the blood and eat the meat on rocks in the desert, okay? When you're so against a female, you end up in a desert. So if you can't grow your orchards and your land has no fertility, it's because you hate your women. Understand that. So if they're trying to burn down your orchards, these are the kind of people that want to smash your idols because they're jealous that they're not able to create beautiful paintings. They're not able to create beautiful statues. They're jealous. Remember, God's name is jealous. Remember that. He's evil. Jehovah is evil. Yahweh is evil. He wants to kill the innocent babies and rip up the pregnant women of read the Old Testament, read Numbers, okay? Read 1 Samuel. Read these books. It's in there, okay? Watch what he does. He just wants to murder. He wants to hamstring the horses, murder the children. It says he murders the men, women, children, the pregnant women. King David wants to dash the babies to the rocks of his enemies. They're racist. They're against religions and other races. Understand that, okay? So if you're a witch and they want to burn your groves, understand that you can use this mansion to help you, okay? Again, the angel's name is Aziel in this mansion, and the Lord of this mansion is Aziel. And you can use a picture or icon of a human embedding a plant into soil to cultivate and secure produce surplus, which helps when requesting this from Aziel. So this is how you protect your orchards and your trees and your crops and all your produce from people that want to destroy because they want to make money with their cattle and their sheep and their goats, while you're making money with your plants and your fruit and your wheat fields and all of that, and you're just milking the goats and milking the cows and milking, the sheep, and you're making money from dairy products, and you're making money from your fruit. You're eating yogurt with fruit in it and nuts. They're jealous. They want to take that out of your hands and make you eat meat because that's what they sell. It's all about money every single time. And it's a ritual. Okay, understand that. Okay, now beware images of armies taking over towns, getting retribution against adversaries and competitors, and causing harm to come to them, to break up marriages, to communicate rapidly, to obliterate yields in orchards. See? To obliterate yields in orchards, to cause impotency, okay? To restrain portions of an organism from performing their tasks, to fortify detainment centers and sturdy structures. They also want to lock you up as prisoners, okay? They want to take you away as prisoners. You're a witch. We're going to take you. We're going to burn your groves, knock the heads off your statues, smash your statues, and put you in jail because you don't worship our disgusting God. That's what they want to do. Okay, now, Agrippa reveals that for the conservation of trees, okay, orchards and crop yields, ancient magicians engraved into a wood sculpture the emblem of a man embedding a sapling, tree, or shrub into the soil. Then they scented the talisman with the flora of a fig tree, and finally hung the charm on one of the trees or plants, okay, they did wish to nurture and cultivate, okay, like a peach tree or something like that. The entire plantation would then become fruitful, okay? From the butterfly or spreading forth, also called the lucky star of hidden things, in the constellation of Aquarius the water bearer, with lunar angel Aziel and Lord of this mansion, again, his name's also Aziel. Okay, so what you want to understand is that this was used in movies as well, and this image of a tree being planted in the ground, okay, was used in the movie. It's called Untraceable with Diane Lane, and her mother was implanting shrubs in the ground, okay? They used that very vividly in that movie. Also, there were some images like her mother held up a pancake, do you want to eat? That's the mother feeding her child. That was her daughter, and then she had a grandchild also. So it's sort of the nurturing. That's lunar mansion number 24, which was also used in Clash of the Titans, because in Clash of the Titans they showed the goddess, I think though she was a human, I think Danu breastfeeding Perseus in that movie. So you see, they take these images, bada bing, bada boom, right down the line. They take a section of them, about a week's worth for a movie. Usually take one for a TV show or one for a commercial, okay, or a video, something like that. we have now on the 19th, a waning crescent moon moves through two mansions of the moon. Okay, firstly, Aquarius waning crescent moon to Pisces moon in lunar mansion number 26 at 01, 19 hours. The star Marcab is the stargate we access for star magic opportunities when Luna activates this lunar mansion. It's good for brotherly love. It's also good for the uniting of people under one banner, the healing of confined persons and creatures. Though this mansion it obliterates, destroys, and annihilates detention centers and other structures. Use a picture or an icon of a woman cleansing and grooming her hair, for it brings you love and favor. Notice the channels that videos like that make YouTube videos or BitChute videos that have people like that constantly show you how to like color their hair or groom their hair. They do well. Okay, they do very well, especially when they're washing their hair and combing their hair out and putting dye in their hair and doing it all in front of you. They do very well, okay? That works. It works really well, okay? This is, okay, so anyway. So this is from the drawing or the first draining in the constellation of Pegasus the Winged Horse. Pegasus the Winged Horse, and also Pisces the Fish is in the vicinity of Pegasus, with lunar angel Tagriel, and the lord of this mansion's name is also Tagriel. Pegasus, understand Clash of the Titans, they used Pegasus in that movie. Secondly, we have on the same day, we have on the 19th of March, Pisces moon in lunar mansion number 27 at 22:07 hours. The stars Algenib and Alpharats are the stargates we access for star magic opportunities when Luna activates this lunar mansion. It's profitable for gaining substantial cash or credit. It's good for reaping rewards and healing ailments. Beware the tricksters. Find opportunity to making mischief, okay, during this mansion, and will do so if they are given the free rein. They will do so. This mansion is awful for sailors, and it prolongs the confinement of detainees. Structures become fragile during this mansion as well. Now, beware pictures or figurines of an angel or a man sporting wings on his back, carrying a punctured cup or vase that loses its liquid through many small holes running out in thin streams. For this symbol causes the ruination of aquifers and water sources when conjurers inundate this vessel deep into the water resource, which they will to devastate. From the second drawing or second draining in the constellations, Pegasus the Winged Horse, there's Pegasus again, and Andromeda the Princess, there's Andromeda that was in Clash of the Titans, and Pisces the Fish with lunar angel Ahaniel and Lord Ablumel. This image was also used in the TV show Frasier in one of the later, very late episodes, late in the series, and it was called Croc Tales, I think. It was about a crock pot. It was called Croc Tales. And at the very, very end, when Frasier is singing his song, Frasier stands there with this crock pot that he's got flowers in, and it's all the streams are running out. It's this mansion. It's absolutely that mansion, and it's huge. Understand that. March 20th, we have a Pisces waning crescent moon in lunar mansion number 28 at 18:58 hours. And the star Myrak is the stargate we access for star magic opportunities when Luna activates this lunar mansion. It makes people safe when going on expeditions, and also makes them secure when they're going into perilous locations. It's beneficial for growing your inventory and reaping your yields. It would have been good for me, when I was like 3 years old, my dad, he was a process server and attorney's investigator. He used to take me, he used to wear a suit and dress me in a frilly little dress. I had curly blonde hair when I was a little girl, and he would take me in my little frilly dress, my little white shoes, my little frilly socks, into these dangerous locations where he would try to serve people that didn't want to be served, so they wouldn't know he was a process server and investigating for an attorney, okay? And I was like someone that would throw them off. Like, we did all kinds of crazy things, like sneak into people's backyards and he'd throw the paper through the window, or push, or get out in the middle of traffic. We'd stop at a stoplight and he'd get out of his car and he'd go to the guy in front of him and push open the wing and push the paper in there and say, it hit you, you're served. Stuff like that. Or going to a really bad neighborhood with holding my hand, and one time he got shot at, and one time the guy punched him and it cut his face with a ring. So these have been good. If I had known about it, I was so young, how would I know? But this is a good thing to know about if you're going into these kind of very unsafe locations. And that's why it's good to know about these things, because you can really protect yourself. Okay? So also besides that, it's also beneficial for going on expeditions, and it's also good for growing your inventory and also reaping your reward of your yields. It's very good for people that are married, bringing couples happiness, fortifies detention centers. Beware that this managing can cause you to lose your riches and can also cause military forces to overwhelm villages. Now, they use that a lot in movies, okay? They use it all the time in movies, okay? If they show it in a movie, it happens. Is it a coincidence that a lot of things that happen in movies that happen in real life? I don't think it's a coincidence. Obviously, it's not. Use a picture or a figurine of a big fish swimming in the midst of a group of small fishes to cause your fishing exploits to become more successful, and it'll bring you more fish for whatever fish you're trying to capture, okay? For this, rendering causes fishes to gather towards you. Now, this is from the fishes, or the belly of the fish, which is the head of Andromeda. There's Andromeda, like Clash of the Titans, okay? In the constellation of Pisces the fish, and Andromeda the princess, with lunar angel Omnixiel and Lord Ablamel. Ablamel is also the Lord that will help you in this mansion. As in the previous mansion, we also mentioned this same Lord Ablamel. But the lunar angel is different. Okay, we want to mention to you books you got to have. 4 books. The first one is Picatrix. Got to have Picatrix. All these books are essential for star magic and lunar mansion magic in astrology. Picatrix, attributed to the ancient Islamic scientist. He was an astrophysicist, mathematician, many other credits to his name, Maslama al-Majriti. Secondly, Henry Cornelius Agrippa's book, 3 Books of Occult Philosophy. I have the Llewellyn publication, the 2001, that was edited and annotated by Donald Tyson. I have many books by Donald Tyson, but he authored many books. Okay, also, we have the other book is The Mansions of the Moon, and a lunar zodiac for astrology. It also has an ephemeris to 2033, and that's The Mansions of the Moon book by Christopher Warnock, published by Renaissance Astrology. And finally, you need to also get The Fixed Stars and Constellations in Astrology in 1923, published by Vivian Irwood. Robson is the author. Thanks for joining us, and join us again next week.